If you're on the fence, if you're wondering, God, I have brain fog, I'm told to trust my gut, but I have gut dysbiosis and I'm bloated all the time. How do I know when to invest in my health? That is what we're going to address today. Investing in our health can be very expensive, especially if we're going on the functional medicine route. Some functional medicine docs can cost tens of thousands of dollars, including the testing, including the labs, including the supplements. Healing is not inexpensive. It is an investment in our own health. And a lot of women ask, okay, should I keep going to my primary care, my endocrinologist? Should I invest in a workout program or a functional medicine doc? I just don't know. So we're going to start to bust some of the beliefs that we tell ourselves, some of the limiting beliefs, the dialogue in our head that we tell ourselves to talk us out of investing in ourselves. But investing in our health is the most important thing. There is nothing more important, and you don't realize that until you hit the darkest depths of your Hashimoto's diagnosis. I know I have been there. I'm Dr. Emily Kyberd. I'm a chiropractor. I'm also a movement expert. I help women with Hashimoto's learn how to work out without the burnout. I have a course called Thyroid Strong. We are going into Memorial Day weekend, and there is a Memorial Day sale. Pricing starts on Saturday, runs until Wednesday, the Wednesday after Memorial Day. And it is really the only workout course for women with Hashimoto's to learn how to work out without the burnout that also has a functional medicine piece. And it is the only functional medicine course that has a workout piece. And I blended these two because I feel like women on their Hashi journey, their healing journey, need both pieces. You can't just get the labs, take the supplements, address mold, okay, or leaky gut, and not feed your muscle tissue appropriately. You can't just walk. You will not get a boost in energy. It will be much longer, harder journey to lose weight. And on the flip side, you can't just lift weights and eat protein and live in a body that has mold or parasites or SIBO and H. pylori and feel like your best self. You need to address both pieces. Ideally simultaneously, but you want to meet yourself where you're at in terms of your threshold of tolerance, because sometimes it can be really overwhelming when we're first starting our Hashimoto's journey. So I want to break down probably 5 different limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves when we're first considering investing in our health. And the first kind of fear or limiting belief, I'll call them fears, is will this work? I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I want to invest in it. I feel like I don't have clarity in my mind, and it's really hard to dial in what is the best for me right now. And I totally get it. When I was in my darkest depths of Hashimoto's in 2016, I was literally just like, someone just tell me what to do. Just someone. And I went to a primary care endocrinologist, 2 functional medicine docs, landed on my third, and that's when I started getting better. But at the time, I was like, someone just tell me what to do. And by the second functional medicine doc, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. The first one didn't work. Endo told me I was fine. Primary care told me I was fine. And, to tell you the truth, you don't know if it's going to work. Really working with a great practitioner is one of the dial movers that will move you along the journey. Creating a hierarchy of your treatment plan, not just addressing everything at once. So typically you like to address parasites before you address any sort of bacterial or fungal overgrowths. Working with a practitioner that knows how to create a treatment plan and not just treat everything at once. In terms of exercise, in terms of that kind of investment, will it work? Know that changes in your body take time. It's not going to happen in a couple weeks. It's not going to happen in 4 weeks. The people that you see on social media that are ripped have been at it for years, decades. And so a lot of us will get started, but we won't finish. And then we think, it didn't work. Stay with it. The momentum of the baby steps every single day, all the little actions that you don't even think about that you're like, does this even matter? They add up. And that addition of those little actions, those baby steps every single day, that is what drives a change, not this big, grandiose gesture. So if you're like, will it work? You have to stick with it. There has to be some level of consistency, as well as joining a program that is programmed for you. As a woman with Hashimoto's, how many times have you joined a workout challenge and you're like, everyone's getting results and I feel like terrible and I don't see any difference. And actually, I feel like I've gained weight. So joining a program, I'm biased to Thyroid Strong, where you have a workout program that is programmed for your body so that you don't overtax your adrenals, but you're still feeding your muscle. It's kind of like this Goldilocks place, but it's doable. I've done it for myself. I've done it for women in the clinic, and I do it for women online. So that's number one, kind of the fear of investing in our health is, will it work? Number two, will it make me feel worse? And sometimes we think our healing journey is linear. It is not. It ebbs and flows, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, just like life. Life is not linear. So I know on my healing journey, started to take some thyroid meds, heal my gut. I was like, okay, I'm feeling better, getting some energy back. And then I did a parasite detox medication and I felt like death. I was like, oh my God, I feel probably almost as worse as when I first started. Did that protocol, stuck with it, started to feel better, kept healing my gut. Then I did a mold protocol, which is jumping in the sauna 3 times a week, taking binders, which can make you very constipated if you're not opening up your drainage pathways. And I was like, oh my goodness, I feel like back to square one. That is okay. That is part of the journey. Just like the first time you pick up a weight ever, you should not feel like it is rainbow unicorns and butterfly kisses. You should feel sore the next day. That is a good feeling. I know some women fear the soreness. We don't want to be so sore that we have to like fall onto the toilet because we can't squat down. It should be like 5, 6 out of 10. So number 2, will it make me worse? It might, but know that the journey is not linear and you will probably feel better. But you have to stick with it. There will be times where okay, this is, I'm not meant to stick with this. I'll give you an example. When I was on my mold detox, I'm fine with cholestyramine. I can take cholestyramine all day. As a binder, I feel great. If I start to take zeolite clay, bentonite clay, I feel like death. Like I literally have to lay down. And probably like 10 days of that, and I was like, this is not right. I was even like sprinkling it into my water, not even taking a full capsule or full dose that is recommended on the bottle. And so I dialed that back and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with cholestyramine. And I still healed from my mold exposure. So there are times when, okay, I need to dial it back, but know that the journey ebbs and flows. Number 3, a lot of us, when we're investing in our health, are like, how do I find the time? How will I make the time? I'm already so busy. And I get it. I have 2 kids. I have a business. I used to run a team of 10 in the clinic. The clinic was my number 1 baby, then my 2 kids, then my husband. I hate to say that out loud. He would probably shake his head and be like, yeah, she's right. We don't find the time, we make the time. And it's literally, again, going back to those little choices we make every day. So in the darkest steps of my Hashimoto's diagnosis, I was like, every single food will either help me or hurt me. It will either help me or hurt me because I was reacting a severe histamine reaction and mast cell activation syndrome to every single thing I ate. My tongue would burn, my hand would burn. I'd get super brain foggy. No, those are not normal after you eat. And so making the time was a non-negotiable. It was making better food choices, whether if I made it at home or chose protein and veg when I was out. Giving up gluten was like a no-brainer. I was like, great, you tell me to give up gluten, I'm not going to eat gluten. And it's little things every day. I don't suggest integrating everything at once. So inside Thyroid Strong, pace it out week by week. Not only the workout program. If you're in the 12-week program, it's body weight for 3 weeks, lightweight for a couple weeks, and then starting to integrate heavier weights for the last 6 weeks. That is a progressive overload. You can progress how you start to integrate your healthy habits for your day as well. Start your day with protein. Maybe you just do that for a week. Then the next week, you're like, okay, I'm going to actually track how much protein I'm eating. Then the 3rd week, I'm going to hit 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight in terms of my protein. So you can start to, same idea, progressive overload those health habits. And you don't find the time, You will make the time, and over time, the little habits will add up and you will start to feel better. Number 4, how will I have the energy? I am already so tired. I feel like I was hit by a bus. That was my biggest struggle with Hashimoto's. So know that if you are supporting your mitochondria, if you're supporting your detox pathways, if you are not overloading the system, the energy will come back. And we do this inside Thyroid Strong. We talk about mitochondrial health. As we're stimulating muscle tissue, we're going to have more mitochondria and the energy will start to come back. Even if you're just a walker, I know when I only walk, I am exhausted. And then I do a 20-minute kettlebell workout. I boost my energy. I give myself a little endorphin kick. And I feel so much better. So know that you can find the energy. You just need a guide. And we do this inside Thyroid Strong. Progressive overload, slowly increasing the load and the volume and the intensity of our workouts over 12 weeks. We take about 1 to 2 minutes of rest between sets, prioritizing our sleep, hitting our protein. These are all little steps, dial movers that we can tap into to find the energy. And I promise you, I used to be that person. 2 p.m., I was like, I need a nap. I'd go hide in one of my clinic rooms and take a nap. I don't do that anymore. That's actually a sign for me that something's off. Like I'm getting exposed to a ton of viruses at my kid's school, or I'm getting exposed to mold, and then I can take steps. There's definitely supplements that can help with mitochondrial health. I've been playing with MitoPure, which contains urolithin A, which helps with mitochondrial autophagy. A high quality fish oil will help dial down inflammation. I like a phospholipid complex of phosphatidylcholine and phosphatidylserine combo to help with any sort of brain fog, which could be perceived as low energy, but it's really like your brain just feels fuzzy and in a cloud. So that helps. And when I do that, I find that my energy lifts. I take NAD from Quicksilver as well as a membrane complex. Woo! I feel like I am on a high-speed scooter when I take that. I'm just like, woo, I am ready to take on the day. So there are lots of different strategies and your energy will come back. So that's number 4. Number 5, how will I find the money to invest in my health? Listen, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. The finances, yes, like money is a primal need. Food, water, shelter, money to live our life. When we don't have money, we're kind of in a sympathetic fight or flight state of like, oh my God, like I need the money constantly. And I know functional medicine docs can cost tens of thousands of dollars and they're expensive to invest in, but know this, you have to build your foundation and baseline of health. You have to sleep well. You have to eat properly, a nutrient-dense diet, and then you have to be working out. That is the foundation. And I would build that first. That's what we do inside Thyroid Strong. And then when you go to work with the functional medicine doc, you can tap into their expertise of, oh, why are you bloated still? Oh, because you have underlying SIBO infection. Let's address that. You don't want to go to the functional medicine doc and have them be like, hey, start upping your protein, take some digestive enzymes, start eating more vegetables. You want to have that baseline already set out. You want to tap into their superpower expertise of identifying root causes, environmental triggers, which we just did a masterclass on that last Thursday, of what's tanking out your energy, what's making you hold on to weight due to the inflammatory load. So if money is like, okay, how will I find the money to do this? If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. If you are so sick you can't get out of bed, it doesn't matter how much money you didn't invest in the past, right? And if you think about yourself, okay, where do I want to be in 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, a year? What do I envision myself looking like, feeling like, moving through the world, interacting with people, creating and putting out into this world in this one precious life? Don't let not having enough money be the fact that in that vision, you feel sick and tired. The thing about money is money comes, money goes. I've experienced that in a very strong presence the last couple years through COVID and closing my clinic. But there is always an abundance of money. So if we step into that abundance, I truly believe it will come. And I know that's a little more woo. I'm not super woo. I am very practical. I'm a Capricorn, pragmatic. But invest in your health and doors will start to open that you never even dreamed. Okay. So let's break these down. The 5 fears or maybe limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves. We're like, I don't know if I want to invest in my health. I don't know if I want to take that step forward. It's a little scary. Okay. We'll just review them super quick. Will it work? Will it make me feel worse? How the heck will I find the time? I'm already so busy. Number 4, how will I find the energy? I already feel tired, like I'm hit by a bus. And number 5, how will I find the funds? And I truly believe you start to work on your health. Your kids will notice you have more energy. Your husband will know you, your partner will notice you have more energy, your colleagues. And that energy, that expansiveness, it's almost like when we have an autoimmune condition, there was a light switch turned off or the volume was dialed down. We're just like moving through the world like a ghost. You'll start to move through the world with more presence, with more strength, confidence, and brightness, right? In yoga, they call it tejas. And tejas is like the sparkle of a flame. Well, when we have Hashimoto's and we're in darkest depths, we feel anything but that sparkle, that tejas of a flame. But once you start to heal, you take those steps to create that foundation of health, right? You start to eat protein, that insulin resistance will start to dial down. You start to prioritize your sleep and rest breaks in your workout. You will not have cortisol dysregulation and feel like you're dragging out of bed in the morning. So invest in your health. It is the only thing you have. And if we want to tap into dial movers and control the things that we can control, investing in our health is one of those things. We can't control if the debt ceiling goes haywire or if there's another pandemic or who's in office, but we can control our health, what we put in our mouth, how we move our body, when we put our phone down to sleep. So work on those and then start to invest if you need more help in a functional medicine doc who can then tap into their superpowers and all these biochemical processes and knowledge of supplements and knowledge of stool tests and urine tests and blood markers to help you optimize. All right, ladies, all that stuff we do in Thyroid Strong. It is literally a workout course with a functional medicine piece that I have never really seen out there, but I think both pieces are important. The Memorial Day sale for Thyroid Strong starts Saturday, May 27th, ends the Wednesday after. And I will drop the link in the show notes to join. I hope to see you in there. We already have about 28 amazing women signed up. There's a 6-week course for women who've picked up a weight before, are a little more intermediate. And then there's a 12-week course for women who have never touched a weight and they do walking, Pilates, yoga. They call the kettlebell, and they're a little bit scared of touching a weight. So check it out. The link is dremilykybert.com/program options. You will have me for the next 6 or 12 weeks to answer your questions, to bring on guest experts. Some of the guest experts we are bringing on are Esther Blum to talk about menopause and Hashimoto's, Carolyn Stone to talk about how to implement a protein-forward elimination diet, Vincent Pedre to talk about gut health and Hashimoto's, Alexis Cowan to talk about a prebiotic approach to healing the gut, Sophie Shepard, she's going to talk about minerals, Amy Horniman to talk about labs. So there are amazing guest bonuses, but only for this round. And then there is a Heal Your Knees live workshop, because I know a lot of Hashi ladies have knee pain. And then there is another extra bonus of identifying stealth gut infections. So a packed course. I hope to see you in there. Thank you for your time and presence, ladies, and every single listener to this podcast. Thank you. It is really a labor of love. And I'm so grateful for everyone who listens and consumes this content and then shares the message. Feed your muscle tissue with Hashimoto's. All right, ladies, I'll see you next week.